Hi, everybody. Welcome to Magic Universe. This is the October 2021 Spiritual Guidance Pick a Card reading. All readings are timeless, so if you feel drawn to watch this video after October, that means there's a message for you here at that time. These are group readings, so maybe some of the messages will be for you and some will be for other people. If you're interested in getting a private reading that's just for you, you can go to my website at magicuniverse.co. That's .co. Thank you. So here we have 4 groups. Group 1 is vibrating at a yellow. Group 2 is vibrating at green. Group 3 is vibrating at an orangey-yellow. And group 4 is vibrating at this blue. Take a moment to center yourself, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Open your eyes and see which color or group you feel drawn to, and click on the timestamp for your group in the description below. I'll meet you there. Hi, group 1. So I'm seeing you guys vibrate at a yellow. It's actually a little bit darker yellow than the color that's shown like right here. And I find it interesting that the 2 cards on the first row on the right side, the Demeter, Harvest, and the Day and Night, actually shows that color that I'm looking at, that you guys are vibrating at, is between the yellow of the shirt of Demeter and then also the sun that in the Day and Night card that she's holding right there. It's a color that's right between those two. And so I feel like that's kind of the state where you're at. You guys are kind of at this breaking dawn kind of energy where something that you've been working on, that you've been wanting to create for yourself, is so close to harvest, so close to coming into your life and manifesting into your reality. Okay. And your energy where you're at right now is the first card, the yin card, where the message for you is to open yourself to receive this thing that's coming for you. But what your energy is vibrating at is kind of like a little bit hidden, a little bit not quite as open, because you'll see like the pink drapery that's coming over the basin. I feel like there's this energy of like hiding a little bit and a little bit of like being shy maybe. And I feel like it's about self-perception, how you view yourself as the readiness, the amount of readiness that you're at receiving this thing, where you're asking for it, you're wanting it really bad, but at the same time, you're kind of feeling like, am I really ready for this? And you're kind of hiding a little bit. Maybe some of you are feeling the imposter syndrome. Maybe some of you are just feeling like overwhelmed. You know, this thing that you're asking for is so big. It's like, am I good enough for this to match this thing that's coming to me? And also, maybe you're just shy to greet it, you know. Some of you are probably more introverted than extroverted. I'm just feeling this energy of like just being shy, okay? And so universe is asking you to open up more and allow yourself to kind of express more and be yourself more, because the next card, Snow Angel, the signs are with you already. The thing is coming for you. I mean, it's like right there. You're ready for harvest time, Demeter, right? And when you do receive it, it's going to be day and night. Like the difference between you not having the thing manifested and you having the thing manifested, it's like when you cross over to the line where the sun actually comes up and you're receiving it and you're receiving everything in your hands, that the way you see yourself is going to be so different. And also just you being in this new version of yourself is going to be so different. There's going to be a very remarkable shift in your energy and in your I keep wanting to say lifestyle. The word lifestyle keeps showing up. Okay. And so it's so interesting, because if you look on the second row, the 5 of Wands right underneath that yin card where I'm seeing the shy energy, right? 5 of Wands talks about like conflict, right? Conflicted energy within you, where maybe because in this particular Five of Wands, this woman is like trying to coordinate all her chess pieces to get it just right, and really I don't know if you've ever done any drawing or art or anything like that. um, Sometimes when you draw something, right, and you just keep erasing it because the mark doesn't look quite right, and then you just draw a line, erase it, draw a line and erase it, and then the drawing never, it takes a really long time to get a drawing done because you keep erasing it, right? So I kind of feel like it's like that. It's like something's just not quite perfect enough and you keep adjusting it and adjusting it. And so maybe that's the energy that you're at, where you're not feeling quite as ready, as you could be, like just opening the doors wide open and accepting this thing that's coming for you. And so like the Five of Wands being right underneath that yin, I feel like that's what it's talking about. There's still some kind of conflicted energy in you where you're not feeling quite ready. And but I'm feeling like universe, your spirit, I feel like they're saying not to fuss about that so much anymore, and that your readiness really just depends on you and your perception of you. And if you will kind of like let this stuff go, put the pieces of the chess pieces, put the chess pieces down and just not fuss with it anymore, and just like take a deep breath and calm down, your energy will open up so much more, and the harvest can just come rolling in. And that's what I'm seeing in the World card and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords talks about like a fast moving energy, like moving forward, right? And flying through the air, right? And the World card, just the world, like it's like opening yourself up to encompass the world. You see this lady, she's holding a small world and a big world, right? And it's like letting yourself open your world, open your perception to embrace this bigger world that is here for you. And I think that's why the word lifestyle kept coming up, where maybe the kind of lifestyle that you're living right now is a little bit more narrow, right? And that when you're able to open up and allow for some, imperfections, allow for some things to be as they are and not try to fix it and adjust it too much, that so many more things can come into your life swiftly too, with that Knight of Swords energy. And it'll actually literally open your world up so much more, so that so many of the things that you've been asking for can come in. And I'm not seeing this as just like one thing. Say if you've been asking for a relationship, like with the relationship, when you open up your world, like your finances will improve, your friendship space will improve, just your own mental, your emotions, like everything is going to improve. It's not just one area of your life, because I'm seeing in the Demeter Harvest card where she has the cornucopia, like everything is going to come in. Okay, this is a really strong energy, and it's just basically practically like universe knocking on your door going, are you dressed yet? We're coming in. Can you open the door for us? That's what it feels like. The Knight of Swords. That Knight of Swords, I'm seeing also a writer kind of energy. So maybe some of you are writers. Maybe you actually literally write books, or maybe you are like an online journalist of some sort, or maybe you just like write copy for something. There's something about writing that lights up in that Knight of Swords. And if you've been asking, like say you're going through a writer's block, right? And if you've been asking for more ideas or asking just for more flow in your writing, this message is for you too, where, let go of all of the little things that you might be stuck on as you're writing. So say if you're writing a story, right? A fictional story of some sort, instead of putting on your editor cap right away and just editing like every sentence from the beginning, that really stops up your flow. And so, a different way of writing would be to just take off the editor cap and put on your creator cap and just let all the words flow out. Don't worry about the grammar. Don't worry about the punctuation. Are they full sentences? Who cares, you know? And just let your ideas come out first. Let the story form. And then like when you're closer to the end, or you know, when you finish the story and all your ideas have come out, the entire story have come out, and then you put on your editor cap and you go through and fix the spelling and you fix the, you know, all the other stuff, right? So it's about letting the stuff come and don't worry about the little imperfections, okay? And then energy can move so fast when you don't put the brakes on it. And then so the last card that came out for you, view from above, get the big picture. And so this is the big picture, right? It's not the really narrowed view of having everything perfect. It's the, you stand back and you get to look at the entire thing. You look at the entire world and you're like, wow, everything is actually really good. Everything is actually really, you know, perfect, right? When you're not looking at it too closely at the details and you're just standing back, everything looks so much more beautiful, right? Seeing everything from the big picture, you get to see where the patterns of energy flow in your life, right? Where you're letting it flow, where you're not letting it flow. And then so you can adjust it from that bigger picture when you stand back to look and really feel about like the different areas of your life that you want to change, that you want to create and shift, right? This is really good. And the view from above being right underneath the day and night card, where the day and night is talking about that life change, right? It's going to be completely different once you break that dawn and allow the sun to come in, that it's going to be completely different. And I'm also seeing, because the view from above is the last card that came out, that when this cycle, this period of time is over, I mean, nothing really ends because your life continues on and on to eternity, but there's a phase of shift that you're going through, and once you're towards the end of the shift, when you know, before you can move on to the next shift, that you're gonna see this bigger picture of what you just went through at the beginning, where you were, and then now where you are, you know, at the end where you are, and you will see that day to night shift that has occurred in your life. You're going to see the big difference between how you were before, going through the transition, and then after. Okay. So yeah, it's shifting from that Five of Wands energy where you're conflicted to embracing the world. So that looks really, really cool, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and click on the thumbs up, like this video, and share it with your friends, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, group 2. Let me see this covered a little bit. All right. Your the Lovers card in this spread is particularly significant because when I was shuffling that deck, when I was shuffling that deck, a piece of it, like a small chunk of it, came out, and the Lovers card was within that chunk that came out, but I put it back in the deck and I reshuffled, and when I pulled the cards, the Lovers came out again. So that card really wanted to come out. So I feel like this reading has to do with communication within a relationship. Okay, so for, I think, a big group of you, it will be in like a lover type of relationship, with a love relationship in that way. For some of you, it might be just communication with other types of people in your life. Okay, because the Page of Swords talks about communication, and this has to do with like you and the other person learning to communicate with each other, because Pages talks about like beginners, right? And so I feel like you're learning the skill, and Spirit is saying, if you're having trouble communicating with your partner, don't give up. Keep going at it. You're going to build up a foundation. This is a skill that you're going to learn, and you guys are going to learn to really connect and really understand each other on a different level. Okay. So yeah, Page of Swords talks about communication, and you have the Lovers, which establishes your harmony with your partner. Okay. And reaching out to spirit. In this card, the first sentence that came out, like in the back of it, communication always benefits and enhances any relationship, and that includes the one with spirit. But I feel like this is really talking about, like, if you can get yourself into a space of connected with your spirit first before you talk to your physical partner, that it will make all the difference in the world. Because when you do that, then you connect with the next card, Lady with the Bosch Egg, Ancient Wisdom. When you're connected with your own spirit before you communicate with somebody else, you speak from your true soul. You speak from the heart, and you speak from a place of clarity, where your spirit knows everything that you want to say. Your spirit knows how to say it. Your spirit knows how to really get across your intention through your verbal expression to the other person, right? And most of communication is like 99.99999% vibration, and only a small part of it is the actual words. Because when you know how, like, when you talk to somebody and they talk back to you, and it's like, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Like, that's what that's about, is the vibration. Okay. And so when you get in alignment with your spirit before you talk to somebody, then you're in alignment, and how you say it will come across clearly to the other person, and there won't be any misunderstanding, and they won't take it the wrong way, because it always comes from a place of love. Okay. And then, so the next row, stand your ground. Stand your ground talks about if you have been having miscommunication with somebody, don't give up. Next card, consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. You and this other person have a really good established foundation of, love, romance, friendship, or whatever your relationship is with this person, right? That is so solid that don't let the surface stuff about the words that you say to each other, and how it might be misconstrued on some days, right? At certain moments, like, don't let that affect how deeply connected you guys are on the soul level, on the spirit level, right? And so stand your ground, keep trying, keep connecting with your own spirit, and keep trying to communicate with this person, but do it from a place where you are first in harmony within yourself, where you're feeling good about it, and so that when you do communicate, the words come out right. Okay. Yeah, I see the relationship between you and this other person. It's actually really, really good. And for the most part, there's nothing wrong with your relationship at all. It, like, your foundation card came out right underneath the Lovers card. Okay. So the only place is, I'm just noticing this. If you notice the Stand Your Ground card and underneath the Page of Swords, both of those characters are kind of standing in the same position with the sword or the staff pointing in the same direction, right? So that's the only place. It's just the words. Sometimes the words get misunderstood, gets misconstrued, and even, like, there being, like, rain in the Page of Swords card, like, there's just a little bit of something over there, a little bit of resistant energy over there, where once that gets cleared up, then both of you are going to feel heard, right? You can see on the second row, the third card, can you hear me? Like, when both of you feel heard and feel understood by each other, and you're both speaking from spirit to spirit, like, you're connected to your spirit and they're connected to their spirit, and then you guys are communicating with each other, then it's like building blocks. Your foundation is just going to keep building higher and higher and stronger. Okay. Yeah, the green color that I'm seeing you guys at, when I was first looking at it, it came out it was green. It was this green, but then there was like a more darker green that was kind of like over it. And when I kept asking like, well, what's your true color? Is it that forest green color or is it the true green color? And I feel like it is this true green color, but the energies that I'm seeing in the card spread totally match like that forest green kind of getting cleared out, right? Once you guys reach this the same level of frequency where you guys can communicate with each other, then it's going to be this true green color. Okay, so yeah, speak from that place of wisdom within you. All right, so that's your reading, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and click on the thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, group three. So the color that came out for you guys is kind of like orangey yellow color, which I'm seeing in that Knight of Coins, where the coin that he's holding up, which completely makes sense. When I was getting the cards from the first deck on the upper row, the first two cards, those two cards actually came out in my hand together. So I took both of them. And it's forgiveness. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. And also the get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. I feel like this is a relationship reading, you guys. And there's one extra message that if it's not about a relationship with another person, like your romantic partner, then it could be about your relationship with a pet. Because the third card that came out for you guys is Animal Kingdom. Okay. And then also, like, the emphasis, I believe, is on a romantic relationship, but it could also be a relationship with, you know, any other person that plays a role in your life. Okay, but it does feel a lot like a love relationship. So this is really talking about allowing your relationship to grow at the rate that it's growing at, and to really clear out the energies that are causing conflict in your relationship with each other, especially since the first card that came out for you. Well, what happened was, like, when the two cards came out together, the forgiveness card is underneath and the get to know each other card is on top. Okay, so I feel like when you let go of the past disappointments, whether they be, you know, actually disappointments from previous relationships, that could be like, you know, like baggage that you're bringing into this relationship, or it could be stuff that's happened within this relationship, okay, that has gone on before. And, you know, letting that go, when you let that go, then you can truly get to know each other on a soul to soul level, right? And so right underneath that, with that Knight of Coins, I'm saying that that is so significant, and especially with that yellow color, the orangey-yellow color that came out that matches it. It talks about giving it time to happen. You know, if there's been some kind of conflict going on, if you know, you or the other person or both of you have been feeling like something is just not right within the relationship, give yourselves time to let go of the things that are going on in each of your own heads and in each of your own hearts, right? That doesn't feel good. Let yourselves heal from that, and then truly get to know each other on a clearer surface, right? On a clearer level, without all of that stuff holding you guys back from truly loving each other and truly knowing each other. And that takes time, and it's okay for that to take time, because the Nine of Cups, the first card on the second row, you guys can get to a place where your heart's on fire for each other, where there's like peace with that dove that's coming down from that fiery heart, right? The Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, having everything that you want, and it's like being completely fully fulfilled, right? You can have that, you can totally have that, but sometimes it takes time for that to build up, and it takes time for each of you to let go of the things that are, you know, troubling the each of you, right? So how how the animal kingdom card when it first came out, and I'm like, oh, maybe this could be about a relationship between you and a pet, right? So say the pet is causing trouble in the home because pets sometimes do that, right? Either they're dirtying up things, or maybe they're scratching up things, or they're just not acting in a way that's like creating harmony in the home. That if you're having trouble with your pet and the relationship is about this animal, give yourselves time. Say you just picked up this pet and this is new puppy or this new somebody, and it's a new member of your family in the home. Give yourselves time to get to know each other. If the puppy pees in the corner, forgive, like give you guys time to really adjust and learn to get to know each other and learn to fall in love with each other. And that could take time, Knight of Coins, but eventually you guys can get to a place where the puppy or kitty or, whoever it is will fall in love with you, and you will fall in love with him or her, and everything can work out. You just seeing in the Sedna card, the fourth card in the first row, cleansing, how like the mermaid and the seals like get along and embrace each other, and they learn to swim together, and it's just I feel like it's just an adjustment period between you and this little furry friend. That if you give it time for the for you guys to get used to each other, for the pet to get used to the home, that everything will work out in the end. I feel like the Nine of Cups just really says that your heart is going to be full, within this relationship. So it's all going to be good. But yeah, it's going to be a learning experience on both sides, right? Whether it be with a human or with a different type of animal, it's going to be a learning experience on both sides. So we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. And the Queen of Cups talks about like emotions, talks about really offering your heart to somebody. And I'm kind of seeing like with the Knight of Coins and the Queen of Cups, and they're both holding up, like one is holding up a coin, the other one is holding up a cup, that it's just talking about allowing your emotions to stabilize over time, to become more and more in love over time, like the getting to know each other, right? Yeah. This is not like a fast moving energy, this is something that's built slowly. And then eventually the King of Wands, eventually the wands are talking about fire, right? Eventually that fire in your heart, in the Nine of Cups, that flame above the heart, your heart is going to open, like that eye is open in the heart, and the flame is going to start flaming. So this is like I feel like it's like a slow kind of falling in love, but that it will gradually continually grow as you get to know each other, and then it's going to turn into a type of flaming fire passion. And but the main message is that, give it time and it will work out. And I'm seeing that you're going to be completely fulfilled. Okay. But there is a period of like cleansing, of letting go of stuff, of forgiveness, of really learning and growing together. All right. So let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, thank you, you guys, for watching this video. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and click on the thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye. All right, group 4. So this is an interesting message. It kind of wanders in and out. So yeah, let's start. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups talks about following your heart. It talks about like say there's been something that you want to do and you follow it, and then you hit the hangman, which is an energy of like pausing, possibly shifting to see from a different perspective, right? And so the flow of your Knight of Cups path is not completely like exactly clear and straight ahead. You know, it's like there's some energy in during your journey where it kind of makes you pause, make you look at things from different perspective. And the ultimate message is that everything is going to work out, but that on your journey as you're hitting these, maybe they're not quite roadblocks, but maybe they just kind of make you have to pause and consider how you want to do things, pause and consider like other people, pause and consider different ways of looking at things. Okay. And so the King of Swords talks about having that clarity, seeing your own truth, right? If you look in the second row, the first card, truth be told, what's in your heart? If you really look further, deep, deep, deep into your heart, at the soul of you, the spirit of you, the core of you, it's always from a place of love, okay? And if you look in there and you're not seeing your perspective or your opinions, or something in there is not quite right, then that's not the ultimate truth. Okay, look deeper. When you look way deep in there, your spirit is always coming from a place of love. And the King of Swords talks about seeing that with clarity, right? So say you get like on your path towards like your career, towards a relationship, towards something that you're walking towards, that you're creating for yourself, that you hit something that makes you have to stop and rethink it and take a look at it and maybe consider other people's feelings or consider other people's opinions, right? So when you're looking at the King of Swords, you're really wanting to make a decision that's like the right decision for you at the deepest core of your heart, okay? And so this card right here, causing pain for others would attract pain to me. On the back of this card says the flawed premise. Let me see, is that clear? There we go. My group's, our way of life is the only correct way, therefore all other ways must be stopped, is the basis of the majority of unhappiness on your planet. Not only do those being pushed against feel the pain, but those doing the pushing feel it as well. In fact, the unhappiest, least fulfilled among you are those who are pushing against others, because in doing so, you are disallowing the most important relationship of all, the relationship between you and you, which is the inner source you that we were talking about in the Truth Be Told card, right? At the deepest core of you, you're from a place of love. So this is talking about like if that, you know, that hanged man energy, that thing that's making you pause, that thing that's making you have to stop along your journey and readjust your perspective, readjust how you're communicating with other people, or readjust how you're looking at other people. This is saying you really take a look at that, and you know, if it's causing pain in some sort of way, you'll feel it inside yourself. If you feel like you're wanting to cause pain for other people, right? And this could be like other people doing it to you too. But it's just, you know, it's a chain of pain where it's like there's pain being caused back and forth, right? So this is about like perhaps changing your perspective and really taking a look at inside the core of you to see, okay, from a place of love, how do I really feel about this? And when you have that King of Swords clarity about how you truly, truly feel, deep, deep, deep core, everything is okay. Like the Four of Wands, that's my everything is okay card on the first row, and the fourth card, and also material harvest. So it's like ultimately the outcome is everything's going to work out. Everything is going to be all right. Okay. You on your, say, career path or your relationship path, or, you know, whatever path it is that you're walking on, where you're following your heart, it's all going to work out. It's just along the way, as you're journeying through, follow your true heart in terms of, are you always coming from a place of love when you're interacting? Are you always coming from a place of love when you're considering issues, when you're considering things that you're looking at, when you're taking a position on something? Is it coming from a place of love, right? So that's why you have that narrow pathway card, tread thoughtfully, is that the success is assured. It's, you're gonna get to the other side, but you want to make sure that the way how you're walking it, the way you're walking it, is from a true place, a place of good intention underneath. Okay, so anything that causes pain for yourself or for other people, you might want to reconsider it. But that ultimately, that it's all going to work out and it's all going to be okay. Spirit, your spirit is truly knowing that you are good and you are whole on the inside. And sometimes maybe on the surface, when you're dealing with like earthly type things with other physical people, that maybe things get a little hairy sometimes, you know, maybe things get a little ugly sometimes, maybe things get a little conflicted, or that there's abrasion, you know, that you or the other could be abrasive towards each other. And they're saying it's okay. You know, I mean, spirit doesn't judge you for any of that. It's just that if everybody knew that ultimately it's all good and that all is well, there wouldn't be that much conflict, people amongst people, you know, people to people. It's just when they feel like somebody else is stopping them from creating their life, when they feel like other people can have that power to to keep you from the life that you want to live, then you fight back, right? And you know, spirit is saying that that's not the way to do it. Is, you know, when you, that's what's causing the unhappiness, you know, when you're pushing against. And the most important relationship is between you and you, is when you're fully coming from a place of love, and you let that mask down, right? That it's all good. Everything's going to end up really good. Four of Wands. All right. Material harvest. It's all coming. Okay. All right. So that's the reading for you guys, group 4. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click on the like and share it with your friends and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.